Hey guys, so today we're actually going to use a bread maker and we're going to make some bread. So the recipe is going to be cheddar jalapeno bread, and we need a cup of water, bread flour, sugar, roasted garlic, salt. You can use any kind of cheese. I'm using the 4-cheese Mexican. It does have cheddar in it. We're going to use active yeast. I got the bread machine active yeast. It works better. And then green chilies. I don't really want to use or dice or deal with fresh jalapenos right now. So all bread machines have a way you put it in. All your wet ingredients go in first. So I got this off Amazon. It's been the greatest thing ever. Lock your pan in. Make sure that's in. And then we're just going to start putting in our wet ingredients. So first thing, our main wet ingredient is just going to be this 1 cup of water. And it's supposed to be about 115 degrees. So tempt it. So we're going to go ahead and throw that in. So next, we're going to measure out our next ingredient, which is going to be our sugar. All right, guys, so we're going to do our 2 tablespoons of sugar. So that was 1, 2, 1 teaspoon of salt. All right, guys, so now we have a half a cup of cheese. You can use whatever kind you want. I'm using the 4-cheese Mexican. Just like that. Okay, so my actual recipe is like between 3 and 6. I'm not dumping the whole can in there. So I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons in here. Okay, just kidding. That is basically the whole can. Okay, we're putting the whole can in there. I didn't realize how small the can was. Forget it. Dump the whole can in. This is the fun part of doing recipes. Sometimes you just edit as you go. All right, the next thing we're gonna add is gonna be our roasted garlic. And you're gonna add a half, actually, you're gonna add a half a teaspoon. I'm using my little 4th thing and doing it twice. You're gonna add a half of a teaspoon of roasted garlic. And I just use the Badia because it's one of my favorites. All right. Our next step is going to be to add our bread flour. And that's gonna be 3 cups. All right, guys, we're adding 3 cups of bread flour. Since I'm doing a half cup, it's gonna be 6 total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're gonna add our yeast. Now when I add yeast, I make a little divot, like a little, like that. And I put my yeast in that. All right, guys, we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of our yeast. Right down in this little area I made. All right, now we're gonna set our bread machine and walk away. So, I always use, when I'm doing a recipe like this, I always leave it on 1 because it has a basic setting for 1. And then my loaf size is 1.5. And I either like my color to be medium or dark. This one is medium. And I'm just going to hit start. And in 2.5, almost 3 hours, well, closer to 3 hours, I'm going to have an amazing loaf of bread. All right, guys, so our bread is done. It is out of the machine. What you're seeing is that I have to get the actual, like, paddle out of the bread. So you put that in there and then you just kind of fish for it. I know that doesn't sound like the best description, but that's literally all I'm doing, is just fishing for that part right there. Don't touch it with your hands. So once it comes out, we have a nice loaf of cheesy jalapeno bread. Hope you guys enjoyed learning about bread making.